So here we are down at the Commercial UAV Expo 2025, and we're here to check out all the new tech, anything that's going to be bigger, hybrid, future technology. All the drone stuff is here at the Commercial UAV Expo.
Thanks, Ian at UAV Expo. Now, on to the news. The BC Wildfire Service is reminding everyone, flying drones near wildfires is illegal and dangerous. Why the reminder? A bird dog, a type of firefighting aircraft, was just struck by a drone in BC's Caribou region. The drone was flying illegally inside restricted wildfire airspace. The risks are huge. Interfering with aerial firefighting endangers responders, the public, and can shut down critical fire suppression work. What are the penalties? Up to $100,000 in fines and a year in jail. It is totally not worth it. A bird dog aircraft leads the firefighting operations with a firefighter on board to coordinate tankers and helicopters. The regulations are crystal clear. Transport Canada and BC Wildfire Service ban all UAV flights near wildfires. The restricted zone extends 5 nautical miles, which is about 9 kilometers, around the fire and up to a height of 3,000 feet above the ground. So, if you see smoke, leave your drone at home. V-Copter just told Falcon Mini owners to, quote, throw the whole thing away. Airframe, batteries, gone. Controller, keep it. Apparently that part isn't gonna catch fire. Why? The original batteries are flammable. Think a Galaxy 7 Note, but with wings. Good news though, replacements are already in production and should land this fall. Until then, you can sign up for recall alerts on their site or just stare at your grounded Falcon like it's in permanent timeout. Influencer Danny McGee casually dropped a photo of the unreleased GoPro Max 2. No specs, no features, just camera in hand. So yeah, it exists, maybe. We'll know more when GoPro remembers how to launch a product in less than 6 years. Today's episode is brought to you by Coastal Drone Co., your go-to resource for drone certification. Planning to pick up a new drone? You're probably going to need a license to go with it. We've trained roughly 20,000 pilots for basic and advanced certificates, Part 107, and soon the Level 1 complex. We offer online and in-person training, so whether you're flying for fun or for work, we've got you covered. Visit coastaldrone.co or check the links below to take your flying to the next level. Volatus Aerospace just scored Transport Canada approval for beyond visual line of sight flights. Translation, drones flying farther than your eyeballs can see. They're using radar and smart software so their drone in a box setups are actually going to work. Imagine a Roomba, but it's doing security patrols, inspections, and even maybe some wildfire monitoring, then docking itself just like it vacuumed the sky. DJI Mini 5 Pro leaks are here, and they are juicy. We're talking a 1-inch CMOS sensor with a sub 250 gram body. This thing is going to shoot 4K and 120 FPS or 5.4K at 30, and this is in full 10-bit. It's going to have LiDAR plus Omni sensors, which means fewer drone and tree collisions. It will be equipped with ActiveTrack 360 6.0, which is a smarter AI, less oops you lost it, an onboard mic with AV sync, up to 50 minutes of flight and a 25-kilometer range. If this actually drops in September, which is what we're expecting, the word mini soon won't mean compromise. GePRC just crammed DJI's O4 Pro Air unit into a tiny whoop. That means crisp 4K 120 FPS footage, buttery digital feeds, a dampening system that kills jello wobble. But it's got one downside, 4 minutes of flight time. But on the upside, it's basically a soda can with a cinema rig strapped inside. Leaked pictures of DJI's Osmo Pocket show that it might bring some cool new features. A dual lens setup and screens on both sides. Could this be perfect for vloggers? Maybe, but we don't have a release date or a price. So stay tuned and we'll keep you posted. Now for some of the rapid fire headlines in this week's episode. First, we have the Commercial UAV Expo pitch the press winners. First up was Pants for Birds with their dirt cheap ADS-B receivers. Defend Eye with their fully autonomous tube-launched police drone. And finally, SkyNav AI, which is a navigation system in GPS-denied environments. Stinson Aerial is moving to Kamloops, and with them they're bringing their Wildfire drones that can haul 100 pounds. They even tested avalanche control with explosives. Why? Because, well, Canada. Drone footage captured a pilot rescue in North Carolina, a plane ditched in the ocean, and a rescue in 30 seconds flat. Hollywood cinema with no CGI. X-Grid's Portal Cam. This is a handheld Gaussian splatting rig. 4 lenses and LiDAR. It can scan a house in 15 minutes and spit out a 3D model in 5 hours. Realtors and VR nerds are already drooling. And finally, the Royal Navy just did its first ship-to-ship drone delivery. A Malloy T-150 carried spare parts across open seas. Think Amazon Prime, but with frigates. Now back to Ian at UAV Expo.
Well, thanks for that thoughtful roundup of drone technology. If you like that content, be sure to hit that like button. If you want to see more of it, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next week back in the studio on Coastal Drone Weekly News. Bye-bye.